guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna have my entire Chanel collection. Each and every single one of them has been quite a journey for me to get. I find myself to be quite content and happy with the bags that I have. I don't really think much about adding anything in the near future, like never gonna say never, but yeah, for now I can tell you that I feel that way. And I wanted to give you like a mini review of each bag, but also rank them. I thought about ranking them just to make it a little bit more fun. It's gonna be really hard for me to do that because every single one of these bags, it's been a process for me to first of all fall in love with it, then find it, then actually getting it. I've been very specific with the colors, the leathers and collections and everything. Of course, I am aware that I have a lot of the same bag in different color, but I do have my reasoning behind why I like certain color, and every bag has its history, so it's gonna be a fun video, possibly a long one. So I do recommend you to grab a coffee, your drink, whatever you want to do, and sit down and chat with me. First, I want to thank so much Idol for sponsoring this video. You guys know that I love and adore Idol. I think by now I have quite a large collection of Idol pieces. I'm gonna show you a few of my favorites, but if you don't know Idol, Idol is a jewelry brand and they make pieces in lab-grown diamonds, and all of the pieces have beautiful minimalistic designs, and there are pieces that you can wear for absolutely everything. You can shower with them, you can go into the ocean with them, you never have to take them off. And I did put on my favorite Idol pieces that I own right now. So these are the Ono earrings, and as you can see, they are a circle with diamonds. These are so beautiful. I get so many compliments with them, and my favorite necklaces are these two. I really like to stack them, and this is the newest collection that they dropped, the pearl one. I love this one, and I think the Lena is a very good base to stack with other pieces or just to wear it by itself. These two are probably my most worn of them, and I'm also wearing the bracelet today, so let me see if I can focus the camera on it. But this is stunning, and it does have here so you can put them all together and they don't get tangled, which is honestly brilliant, and it makes it so much easier to use them. When you buy Idol pieces, I'm gonna take my earrings off so you can see. So you can buy only the stud and then you can interchange the rest of the earring. So these are the Ono, and you can see right here where you can put the diamond, which is the Solo 3. So you can start like your collection and then just keep buying add-ons and you can interchange them. Some pieces can be worn as earrings and as a pendant too with the chains. I will show you a little bit of b-roll of my favorite pieces that I have from them, and I'm waiting for the next drop. I think they're gonna release some cool things. I wish that they would do rings because I would absolutely be all over them. I will link all of the pieces that I consider my favorites on the description box down below, and I'm gonna put my discount code right here on the screen in case you're interested. I have a few pairs that are a little bit more dressy, which is great for me because I don't really gravitate towards very formal jewelry, but since their pieces can be interchanged into a necklace and then make them earrings too, it's really easy for me to implement them in my life, and the fact that I don't have to take them off, for me it's such a huge pro. So thank you so much Idol for sponsoring this video. I highly recommend anyone who is looking for a new piece of jewelry to check them out. They always package everything in such a beautiful way, and they put little gifts in the packages from time to time. So yeah, now let's get into the rest of the video. Okay, going to pick the first bag. I don't know if I should start from the best one to the worst one, or I mean there's no worst. I just want to say that like the bags that I have right now in my collection, it's been years and years in the making for me. Of course I have my favorites, and most of them are gonna be like the newest or the ones that I probably gravitate the most, or not even that. Like I have not really thought about this, so I'm gonna be making the decisions as I go. Like I put all the bags right here in front of me, but even like the one that I picked last is going to be a very special bag because if I didn't find a space in my collection for one of these bags, I would have sold it by now. It's just like the way they make me feel, probably. I'm gonna base myself on that and how hard it was to find them. I'm going to start on the best note. I'm gonna pick the one that I think right now is like the one that makes me the happiest and the one that I'm the most obsessed with right now. I'm gonna pick this one. So I know that most of you knew that I was gonna pick this one because it's the newest baby. She's just beautiful, and it's the bag that I want to use like the most on my wedding weekend. By the way, my ring is still the jeweler. I know that it's been so long and it's been so annoying. I'm hoping that tomorrow I can go pick it up. I got this bag like it was the moment. I wanted this bag for so freaking long. Like since the day that they released the bag, I got it offered by my essay, but it was quite pricey. So I said no, and I also was not sure if I was gonna be able to enjoy a full pearl bag like in that moment in my life when it was released. And truthfully, I don't even think that I was going to take fully advantage of it back then. It was just going to collect dust. I was going to start getting a little bit scared of using it, and I didn't really have anywhere to go that I could take it. So yeah, the fact that I waited caused many price increases, and it made it very hard to find. In my opinion, this is one of the hardest bags to find from Chanel as of today. I may be wrong. There's probably another ones. Like I think there's the emerald bags. It's so green. It is like a little bit iridescent. They're very hard to find. But in my opinion, this is one of those. And it was always in the back of my mind. I did give up on the idea because I would see them online like once a year and that was pretty much it. And even like the people that tend to own this bag, I didn't see them using it that much. So I just forgot about it. But when Georgia and Hunter from Brita Luxe, they had this in stock, she directly messaged me and I thought about it for a really long time before making the decision. And I mean, in my opinion, if there was a moment to do it, it was probably right now. And so far I've given the bag a lot of use. The bag has gone with me to trips. I've been using it for dinners. I've been using it like the elegant bag that I was like lacking in my collection. And I definitely have so many plans to use it on my wedding weekend, an engagement photo shoot, anything that I really want. Like I intend to use this bag for absolutely everything. I mean, not to go to the beach and that stuff, but it's not a bag that I wanted to get to put on the shelf at all, because I know that many people see them, especially this one, like an investment piece. I just didn't want to put it on the shelf. I wanted to get it and literally love it and use it to death. Of course, being careful and taking care of it. I am a little bit worried about how the pearls are gonna wear with time and if any of them are going to fall. So far so good. So yeah, my intentions are to wear the life out of this bag because that's what they're for. And I would say that right now it's my favorite bag in my collection. Probably not the most used, but the one that right now makes me like feel of the special feelings when you're planning your outfit. Like it's a type of thing that you see the bag and you're like, okay, I'm gonna use it today, and you just feel good while wearing it. Like that's the feeling that it gives me. Okay, the next one was a little bit complicated to find, mainly because my country didn't receive it when it launched. Number 2 is going to be my tweed Chanel 19 bag. I call it the Oreo cookies and cream 19 bag, and this is in the small. Let me do some close-ups for you. So this bag has the contrast hardware, and the tweed is basically black, white, and beige. Like it could not be more me. And the first time that I saw this bag is because back then, when it was not so hard to find the new Chanel collections before they were released, I would find the pictures of the collections like a few months beforehand. I wish that I could still do it, but the collections are getting a little bit not that interesting, and Chanel makes it harder to find them now. So yeah, if any of you guys have any information on how I can get the collections a few months before so I can make the videos, I would appreciate it so much because it's been so complicated for me to be able to find them. Anyway, when I saw this bag that was going to be part of the collection, there were 2 tweed 19 bags that I was like falling in love with, but at the end I decided that this one was going to be like the best one for me. Right away I messaged my Chanel SA and I told him like, hey, I'm super interested in this bag. When it comes to the pre-order or whatever you can do, if you get one, I just want one. Never arrived. So I ended up finding it in the pre-love market again with Brita Luxe. Like so many of my bags, I've been able to find them via them, so huge shout out. But I got it, and at first it's been a process for me to be able to be comfortable with this bag because of course it's tweed and you can stain the bag, and the stains on here are not like that wipeable. So it is a little bit nerve-wracking to me sometimes when I'm using it. Like I'm extra careful just because I know how permanent the stains on this one can be. Like one coffee drip and you're out. Yeah, I baby this bag a lot, but I love it so much. It's in the small size, and I do love the fact that the interior of the bag is pink. Well, like it has this beigey tone, but it's a little bit pink. These are for sure my top 2 and my unicorns and babies. Now here comes the complicated part because I have basically classic flaps in front of me, and every single one of these, the colors are like very planned. None of them were things that I went into the store and just like found. So it's been a process to find them, but I'm gonna pick number 3. I think I'm gonna go for this one. So number 3 is going to be my white classic flap in the small. The reason why I'm picking it number 3, first of all, is because I was quite scared to own this bag. The amount of people that would tell me do not buy a white bag because it's gonna get stained, it's gonna get color transfer, it's gonna yellow. At least at the beginning when I was like starting into Chanel, I was just so freaking scared of owning a white bag. I knew that I was going to ruin it. I knew that I was gonna give it color transfer and that I was not gonna use it at all. So this took a lot of time to me to understand that it's just a bag, and if I want a white bag, I can be careful but own a white bag. And so far it's been amazing, and I can tell you that this was one of my most used bags of the past 2 years. I had a reason to want a white bag, and it's just because I really like white clothes and light clothing and how this bag complements them overall. So my bag is in white with light gold hardware in caviar. So I actually prefer lambskin, but this one in caviar, I think that it was actually a good idea because I was going to go crazy, but not that crazy. It's in the small size, and I can only tell you that I am so happy that I have it. It's so easy for me to pair it with something else, so I think I've come a long way, and I absolutely love this bag. I've only good things to say about it. Number 4 is gonna be quite easy. This green bag, I think it's amazing, like the shade that it has, because I wanted a green bag for a really long time. The thing is that green was always like too military green, like too dark, or then it was like too neon, too green. And this is like the sage, minty, most amazing shade of green that I have ever seen in a bag in my life. And I freaking love this bag. It's also in light gold hardware. I actually have most of my bags in light gold. This is in lambskin and it's great, and the bag is perfect. I've used it so much, and you can see absolutely no wear and tear on it. The amount of use that I've put on this bag is insane. I never thought that I was going to be able to use a green bag that much, just because it's just green. I always wear white, beiges, blacks, grays, but like color bags like this, I would say it's the color bag in my collection that I reach out for the most. So far, amazing. This was an amazing find, also from Redolux. You're gonna see the pattern here. It's just like they just source the best bags, and I don't think that I could find a better green than this one, so I will never ever sell this one. Number 5 is going to be quite easy because this bag was on my wish list for like 5 years. The problem is that Chanel was not releasing this color like often, so it was just like sometimes they would release it and it would sell out really fast, and also the shade was never like absolutely right. And the first time that I saw this color in person, I fell in love with it was on a trendy CC, and then they released this one, and of course it was super hard to find. And I love it, first of all, because the color is a 21p caramel. It's the most beautiful shade of brown. I don't know what to say, like it was really hard to find it. It's also in the small, it's also lambskin. Like these 3 are in the small size, so the next ones that I pick are gonna be mediums, but I think right now I have more smalls than mediums in my collection. And this one is also in light gold hardware, lambskin, and it's so soft. I do have like a really sad story with this one, so it was super hard to find. And when I got it, to me it has a pin mark on the inside, but it's mostly faded. You can see it right here, the pin mark. I mean, it is what it is. Like I've learned to live with it, and I've learned to accept that my bags are gonna get wear and tear, and that's it. I don't get them planning to get rid of them, so if I do something to them, it's fine. The thing with this one is that I did not do the pin mark. It was a lady at the customs that just she was not careful enough. I was angry, of course, but there's not much that you can do about it. I tried to let it go. I use it so much. It's perfect for every season, every type of outfit. I just really like it. Like it's just like candy, like how the lambskin shines. So I definitely wanted to include this one in the top 5. So I would say that these are my top unicorns and loved bags, and yeah, this was 5 years to finally find it and get it. After this, Chanel started to do more of the shades, so I'm really happy about that because many people were able to get their hands on this color if they wanted it. Yeah, the 5th one. Okay, number 6, I'm gonna put it here, not because it's my most used bag, but because I love it so much. It does have like a special place in my heart, and the fact that I planned this bag and worked harder on getting this bag than I did on my college thesis. That's a joke. It's not true, but like really I think it's the one that I've tried the hardest, and that it was like the most like, oh my god, I cannot believe that I found it type of bag. It's going to be my Tiffany blue. I call it Tiffany blue, but it's not Tiffany blue. Classic flap from Chanel, and this one is in the medium size, also champagne gold hardware with caviar. So I'm gonna show you the bag a little bit. It has a story. This shade of blue was my favorite since I was a kid. So my bedroom, it had this color, my bed was this color, and yeah, it was just the color that I loved. I love the ocean. I am a blue type of person, and when this color got out, the first one was 2019 Cruise, and I could not find it, could not get it. It was just impossible for me to get my hands on it, and it was also quite expensive. So I got this one before price increase. I tried to buy it once via Facebook because there are pages where you can buy bags from Facebook, but it was not possible, didn't work. I honestly felt like I was never going to find it, so I went in 2019 to Paris, and a friend, she gave gave me a contact for an essay in Rocambole. I messaged the essay and I told him like, hey, I'm going to be 5 days in Paris. It's gonna be close to New Year's Eve. He freaking found this one. It's almost the exact same shade. I actually like it even a little bit better because it's a little bit more muted. It's the perfect shade of blue in my opinion. I'm gonna say this about every single bag that I own because of course I looked for the exact shade. It probably is not the best for you. I'm talking about like me and like how I like. I'm very specific about the shades of colors. So yes, I have issues. I am aware of that and I have too many classic flaps for my own good. Yes, I know that. But I found this bag in Paris in Rue Cambon with the white packaging and I stayed for the bag. I was so happy when I found it. I unboxed it in Paris and I used it straight away. The reason why I don't use this bag that much is because out of all of these bags, this is probably the one that I use the least, but it's the one that has the most wear and tear. I have no idea how that happened, but basically some caviar grains chipped right here. So I'm gonna try to focus, but I don't think that I'm gonna be able to, like right here. And then I started to see like the bag kind of sagging on itself, like right here on the bottom, you can see a little bit like the caviar, it has like a crease. Anyway, I started to freak out because I put a lot like value onto the bag and I started to stop using it, and you're gonna see this too. Like I always get asked how similar the colors are, so I'm gonna add B-roll of them so you can compare them, but they're not that similar, at least not for me. Yes, this is a bluish type of green and this is a greenish type of blue, if that makes sense, but I'm gonna put it right here because I don't think that I would ever be able to sell it. Like I love this bag so much, but at the same time I don't use it as often as I use the other ones. Number 7 is going to be my gray classic flap. I fell in love with gray bags after one day I saw a video from Chanel and she had this beautiful gray classic flap. And again, Chanel was not really releasing gray bags often, and I knew that I wanted lambskin because I prefer lambskin over caviar 100 times. It's my personal preference. They're more beautiful in my opinion. I knew that I wanted it in silver hardware because it just complements a little bit better the bag. So this was from the 19B. This one was quite easy because my essay, it was more the waiting for Chanel to release a gray bag, but once my essay got this one, he just messaged me and I was like, yeah, I want it. Gray is such a great neutral and I love it, especially when it comes to fall and winter. Next one is going to be my most used Chanel bag. So this is my black classic flap and this is in the medium, the first gold hardware, and it's in lambskin. I originally had this one in caviar with silver, but I didn't love the caviar as much, so I ended up selling the caviar and then getting this one in lambskin. I love the lambskin on this bag. It's so shiny and it's so buttery soft. No wear and tears. I find black lambskin to be a little bit more prone into showing wear and tear, especially when it's scratches and creases and all of that, and this one doesn't have any of that. I love this bag. It's one of my most used bags. I love that I can do crossbody with classic flaps. I didn't put it in the front of the list just because it's not as special as the other colors, but still I would never sell this bag because I use it so much, and like on my day-to-day, this is one of the bags that I reach out for the most, and I am very happy and I don't regret a second to go with lambskin instead of caviar. And yes, this keeps going, and this I got it in Rome. This is my first mini and my first lambskin bag that I got. This one is in the square with aged gold hardware, and this bag has had me in a love-hate relationship, but I've never been able to even consider selling it because I love it. Pink is a very tricky color for me, so I wanted to go for a very specific shade, and I fell in love with it was 2019 spring summer. They had very beautiful pinks and iridescents, but this one in the mini, I thought that it was the best for me because I don't know how much I would use a medium pink classic flap, so I think mini was the best for me, and I love how it looks with the aged gold hardware. It just complements the pink very well. I love this bag. It's super feminine. I've been dressing a little bit more with dresses lately now that we have summer, so I'm hoping to start using it a little bit more. Number 10 is going to be my Chanel boy bag, and this, a lot of people don't like it anymore. I freaking love it. I use it so much, and mine is in the small size, calfskin, aged gold hardware too, and so you can compare a little bit the size between them. The boy bag was a little bit complicated for me to get into because when I bought my first boy bag, it was not popular anymore, so no one really wanted. You wouldn't see the boy bags that much like out there anymore, and when I got it, I was really hesitant. I got the alt medium at first. I sold it when I bought my first Birkin. I realized how much I miss like the edginess, like the masculine sort of style that the boy bag brings, like a little bit more edgy and less feminine than the classic flap, so I missed it a lot. I realized that, and went back for it, but in the small size. And it's a great bag for every day. Highly recommend it to anyone that wants a bag that is great crossbody and easy grab and go. We only have 3 bags left. So the next one is going to be my vintage classic flap, and the reason that I'm gonna put this one here is because Polo has been almost like convincing me to let it go because he doesn't like it, because he says that it looks quite old. I'm taking my time thinking about it. I don't take lightly selling any of these bags because I don't want to have any regrets or being pushed into selling things. Truth is, I reach out more for this one than for this one, and the colors are quite different. Like once you compare them, this one is a little bit warmer and this one has a little bit more of a yellow undertone. But this bag is from my birth year, so this is from 1996 and it's gold plated. I'm gonna give you some close-ups of the bag. I got this one from Season to Consign, and for me it's a very special piece to own. I don't want to own anything that is just going to stay on the shelf, but for sure, like, I really like it. And vintage bags are beautiful. I love them. I love the deflated quilts. I love the look that the bag has. So that for me, it's not like that issue. Like mainly for me, the only thing that I'm considering is the fact that I tend to reach out more for the caramel one than the beige. This is the last classic flap, I promise. And this is my Chanel Jumbo. And the only reason that I'm gonna put it like here on the bottom is because during COVID, like since COVID started, I stopped reaching out for big bags. And this is a big bag that will not hold a computer or anything major, but it's a very good everyday bag. I would never sell it for various reasons. One, I looked really hard to get a very good caviar because I don't like caviar bags. This one is in caviar with silver hardware, but it's a very shiny caviar. Finding this was really hard because I went like into some sort of like a deep dive into what people were saying that were the best collections of caviar that Chanel made. Then I found this one, I got it, and I think that life changes a lot. And I know that at some point I'm gonna need a bigger bag. I don't know, maybe when I have kids or anything variable in my life changes a little bit and I'll be gravitating towards this. And with Chanel price increases, I'm definitely not buying a new one. So for me, it's smarter to keep it and use it from time to time than letting it go and then regretting it. But I love the caviar. I've used it and I don't find it that heavy. I love to use it with a double chain. So yeah, this is my Jumbo. Will not plan to sell it. I think at some point it will be great. And right now, I do like to use it a lot for traveling because it does fit the essentials. The only con is that it doesn't fit more bags inside, and I like to put bags inside bags when I'm traveling. The last one, for no other reason that the other ones, I found them to be a little bit more special, is going to be my Chanel Deauville. I use it a lot. This is my travel, work, everything type of bag. Fits a lot. I got the biggest size and it was so hard for me to find this specific Deauville. So yeah, the specific stripes and the beige and that, I use this bag a lot. I love that it has the 2 handles and that it has the strap. So this is gonna be the last only because of that. But I do highly recommend this tote to anyone looking for it. It's the only tote that I have in my entire collection and I find it super comfortable, fits absolutely everything. My MacBook, when you're traveling, fits other bags inside and it's like it never gets full. So I love that about this tote and I don't plan to get rid of it. And the color is definitely my color palette, as you can see. So I don't want to make this video like super long, so I think I'm gonna leave it here. But I would love to know which one is your favorite Chanel bag, like not even from my collection, just overall. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you're not done watching, I'm gonna leave you 2 right here. Thank you and see you on the next one. Bye.